agenda couldn't get any more ridiculous. The party rallying behind Kamala Harris by leaning into the word weird to attack Donald Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance. And
Come on, Janine, tell us how not weird you are.
Against Trump if she were ever to face him on the debate stage.
Well, it's just plain weird.
Oh, they hate it. Oh, this is good.
That's the box you put that in, right?
It's not just a weird style that he brings. It's that this leads to weird policies.
That is weird behavior.
More extreme, more weird, more erratic.
I mean, on the other side, they're just weird.
The 32 ounces of weird.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate.
And by the way, they are weird.
It is bizarre. It's weird. It is weird.
J.D. Vance, just dumb Vance, is pretty weird.
J.D. Vance, brushing off the attack, says keep him coming.
Doesn't hurt my feelings. Look, the price of admission, meaning the price of getting to serve the people of this country, is the Democrats are going to attack us with everything that they have. I think it's an honor.
And the media's honeymoon with Kamala is far from over. New York Magazine is out with this cover of Harris and her Democrat cheerleaders titled, "Welcome to Camelot." Camelot. All right. Okay, so I'll start with you,
weird.
Brian. They're changing. I mean, we were extremist, we were radical, and now we're just weird. Why are they softening the terminology when we needed to be deprogrammed? We were a cult. Now we're weird.
I could give my opinion. I'm not sure what's behind it. I wasn't in part of that think tank. But I will say this. The whole democracy is at stake was not working. But saying that Donald Trump and he's going to overthrow democracy wasn't working. The trying to put him in jail
That's not
and
true.
lawfare wasn't
It was a
working.
very successful landing. It was a very successful line of attack.
So let's make him weird. And I thought that Donald Trump Jr. put out a couple of videos that said, "I'll give you weird." Kamala Harris giving her pronouns before a big speech to Chris Cuomo before a major thing. And to talk about some of her stances when it comes to AOC, saying that we should start taxing people 80%. She's like, you know what? That's a good, innovative idea. That's kind of weird. Also, I think outside Jesse, most of us are weird. Most of us, outside Jesse, most of us have a little bit of thing that's a little non-traditional. And I think by calling people weird, that'll make them more relatable.
Is this Dana, a part of their effort to appeal to Gen Z because, you know, they may buy into that?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
This is literally, dude, no. This is actually an appeal to the suburbs.
Weird is not thinking for yourself and just listening to the bat signal and saying, okay, today we call them weird. Got it. And then everybody does it. I think it's so bizarre. I'd rather just think for myself. I also think that it's amorphous language. It's like, well, weird can be good, right? I guess. But I've also thought online has been pretty interesting to say J.D. Vance is weird. And then you click on the picture and it's some like craziness on the left. So I don't know where this is all going. I think that both sides are trying to land on how they want to define each other now because the race is different.
Well, could it be, Jesse, that people are just tired of the name calling? And
I'm not tired of it. I love the name calling, Judge, and I like laughing, but I guess we're going to have to go with, what's the new one? Crazy? It's hard to keep up with, but these are good. Listen, I think probably November 6th, the Democrats are going to look back at this landslide, shellacking that they just got handed and think, why did I waste 3 days in late July calling the Trump people weird? The only way Kamala Harris has a shot.
Because the policy prescriptions and the positions you have are gross.
From Joe Biden.
They're gross. On social issues, you guys are weird as fuck. You literally are not even remotely interested in like running a competent administration, a competent campaign. Yeah. You think they'll start saying Holocaust Harris is a super last ditch effort? Oh my God.
I agree.
Maybe.
When I saw
Probably
Trump
not.
demolish Joe Biden for 90 minutes, I didn't see him weird. When I saw Trump go like this, fight after surviving a bullet, I didn't think weird. Most people don't see Donald Trump.
That's not what they're talking about, big dog.
We can play it all day. Look at the Biden White House. You got cocaine, you got rabid dogs, you got secret Parkinson's doctors, you have Dylan all up in that place. It's political projection. They leaked something. Trump was going to call her weird.
Dylan? Oh, do you mean Dylan Mulvaney? Thank you for proving the fucking point. There you go. Thank you for proving the point. That's precisely what people mean when they say, oh, remember that one trans influencer that was on a singular Bud Light can? Remember that one trans influencer that was on a singular Bud Light can that moved discourse for an entire month where Republicans were shooting at Bud Light cans? Remember? That was weird. That is what we mean when we say y'all are fucking weird. And I'm glad the Democratic Party is finally listening to that. Let's see what my liberal darling has to say.
A very good week in terms of coverage, but she's just flat out had a good week. She's done really effective rallies, her team of surrogates, and that's where weird comes from. It comes from Governor Tim Walz from Minnesota, who has a very plain speaking way about him. And he was giving an interview and he said they're just weird. And then it caught on from there. And I think that people are sick of the vitriol. They are sick of hearing that it's the end of the earth if X thing happens. People did live through 4 years of Donald Trump and came out the other side of it.
Waltz started their weird narrative, and it's good.
Don't feel that he's the existential
threat. Well, let's be
threat.
real. It's not Waltz that started it. I would say that myself, the Chapo boys, like, we've been saying this for fucking years. And Waltz is the guy who, the first time I've seen, like, a Democrat in a position of power actually utilize that language and deploy it against the Republican
Trump
Party.
Supporter. The late, great
We have
Hannibal
literally,
Lecter
like, normal
doesn't
people that
resonate.
are not in the Democratic Party have been saying this for quite some
About
time.
batteries. Like, Donald Trump is not a normal human, and I guess it's only Jesse that is normal in all of this.
Should we, like, pull up the tapes of Kamala Harris and
but you can play
space
that
and weird? I mean, I just think that it's
You want to talk batteries?
But if you-
I mean, you guys
I
spent
don't wanna talk
$10
batteries.
trillion.
I wanna-
You installed 8. That's weird.
What I want to talk
That's
about
not what's weird.
is that
That's weird.
whatever the strategy is now, it is
No, weird is like you saying they brought Dylan to the White House and assuming that people know what that is, and some people will know what that is. We know what that is because we're brain rotted. Like, I'm clued in on what the fuck these guys talk about on a regular basis. I watch their shit all the time. That's why I know how fucking weird the Republicans are. Bro just name dropped a singular trans TikToker from 8 months ago by her first name. That's it. Not even like her last name. Just said Dylan in the White House. Okay? And the expectation is that, like, that's how hyper oh, dude.
Mocking
Wait, let's continue.
Christians and the Last
Let's continue.
Supper. Here
Show
we
us how
go.
fucking weird you are more. Show us how weird you are with this culture war shit, dude. Oh, they're mocking Christians by doing artistic demonstrations. We want to ban them? Go ahead. Make my fucking day, dude. Okay? The Republicans forgot that their, like, worst policy positions are just genuinely fucking gross. And, like, you're supposed to do dog whistles, dumbass. I think Donald Trump unshackled that to a certain degree, but he at least has, like, he is telegenic enough and charismatic enough to the base to be able to carry that conversation. But when you guys do it, you do it too analytically. You do it too critically. You do it in a way where you're too nerdy about it. You're doing the Elizabeth Warren style, JD Vance style, Ron DeSantis style, like, let me show you how the sausage is made about the racist process that I go through in order to advocate for the fucking horrifying things that I advocate for. And people, when they see that, when they scratch the surface and see what's underneath it, they go, ew, that's gross. This is why the Democrats are finally calling what Republicans are doing weird. Okay? It's a really good way to you know, basically say you guys are being fucking racist without saying the word, or you're being really transphobic without saying the word, because if you go, oh, you're transphobic, then it alludes to the hysterical, like, blue-haired social justice warrior tropes. But when you just say it's weird, you're like a normal person, and many other normal people also feel this way, right? And it's a positive way to reframe the conversation. It's positive for the Democrats. It's a strong way to reframe the conversation without immediately being like, ooh, that's racist. Ooh, that's bigoted. Ooh, that's whatever. You're disarming them. Because there's a immediate, you know, multiple centuries backed retort for when someone says you're racist. White people hate being called racist, okay? Especially when they have racist ass opinions. They think it's worse than being, they think it's certainly worse than saying the N-word, right? But when you say they're being weird, It's a little different. It's new. They're like, wait, maybe I also kind of feel like these guys are being gross, even if they technically agree with the broader ideological positions. This is what I've been trying to fucking explain to people. There is a level of permissible misogyny and permissible racism, right, that is broadly popular in the Republican Party's base of support. That's why Lee Atwater talked about not being able to say the N-word post-civil rights movement and changing the discourse around other things, policy positions that basically dog whistle, that put black people on a worse position overall that white people will definitely vote on. These guys unshackled the dog whistles. They're doing bullhorns. And yeah, Trump to a certain degree is good at making that work, especially with respect to like immigration, especially when there isn't a solid counter narrative on that immigration front, then they can get away with it. But on these other issues, especially on abortion, especially on issues that pertain to women's bodily autonomy, the moment that you come across as misogynistic, the moment that you come across like you're restrictive on what women want to do, the moment that you lean into the Handmaid's Tale or Handmaid's Tale, whatever the fuck it's called, the Handmaid's Tale narrative, and say, no, we do want to do that, you're basically fucking making the rest of the country look at you and go, that's odd, bro. Why are you doing that?